now listening to A to Z, the podcast with no authority.
Thank you for tuning in to the next episode of A to Z. I'm Avid.
I'm Dempsey.
I'm Dempsey. Oh, wait. I'm Zeke.
You are Zeke.
Z.
I thought he was just going to say Z. And I was like, well, he's not wrong.
I was going to say that too. I like that you picked it up, Dempsey. All right, you want to...
I'm Avid only.
I'm Dempsey. Are we not doing it again?
All right, please just get to the emails, Avid, please.
I'll be editing that. What are we doing?
Edit that out.
Oh, man. So, shout out to everyone who's emailed us so far. So, I want to read an email from a good buddy of ours. Shout out to Jonathan Lee Ray.
The Ray.
L Ray. Not to be confused with...
R-A-Y.
What?
Ray.
Anyway.
Just read his email, please.
He said, hey A to Z, long-time listener, first-time emailer. Why don't you guys put together a New York Hidden Gems episode where you all go through each of the boroughs with your favorite spots to eat, hang, go on dates, etc. The only point is it ain't a tourist spot. Also, let's get a freestyle section in there. Let's hear some fire. So I definitely think we want to do we want to definitely do that at a later point in time in terms of exploring different locations throughout New York City. But that would be for the future when we actually start this YouTube channel, perhaps come 2020, right, fellas?
It's in the pipeline, for sure.
Okay. And in terms of that freestyle, might as well do that right now.
Woo!
Yo, drop the beat. Yo. Nah. They not even ready. They're not ready.
Of course not. Nah.
Yeah, I gotta wait for that.
Yeah, you gotta wait for that.
Gotta buy and download the EP.
Right. That comes soon, 2021.
Let him wait.
Yeah. Make y'all hungry.
Did we get another email?
We sure did, buddy. So I wanna shoot out. Excuse me.
Shout out.
I want to shout out.
We don't do shootouts here.
Shout out to Maylee.
That's my niece.
Oh, shout out to Dempsey's niece. Thank you, niece.
Next of kin.
She wrote, Dear A to Z, can you talk about your thoughts on Apple versus Android? Boy, don't I have thoughts. Apple's the best. That's it.
Hands
the
down.
end. Podcast over.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
See you next week. Or every 2 weeks.
Wow, that was a good podcast, guys.
That's great.
But, we can't really do it like that.
No, we can't. I mean, all right, so personally, I'm about to give Zeke smoke. So, Dempsey and I have iPhones.
Yeah, they do.
And Zeke has the trash Android.
Wow.
So, we have a group message going on. We can't name it. I can't like comments.
Oh, no.
Can't send links.
Right, we can't send links that work.
I mean, you can send links.
We can't.
Just copy and paste the link.
Bruh.
Bro, it doesn't show up like they do on the iMessage.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's because Zeke needs a job to pay for his iPhone.
That's what it comes down to, right?
That's what it really comes down to, guys.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't work like that. If you're on a plan, you can upgrade your phone. And if I really wanted to, I could get an iPhone. But, I don't know. The Samsung, the Galaxy, I feel like it's more user-friendly than the iPhone.
Are you talking about the company that made phones that exploded?
Rest in peace, CeeLo.
Well, alright, fine. It's not my fault that, some of the chips are malfunctioning, but user-friendly as in, when you pick up the phone, it's easier to get. Alright, so boom, it's the home, this is that. If I press this, everything goes like that. With the iPhone, is like a learning curve to it.
I disagree.
What
The
do you
iPhone is so much more simpler.
The iPhone is much more user friendly.
Yeah.
What are you talking? I had an iPhone 5 before. Then I switched to the Galaxy.
That was the 5. That was 5 or 6 version models ago.
Yeah, well, that's what I had. And it was cool. And then I got this, and then when I tried to use someone else's iPhone, a more updated one, I'm just completely lost.
So you had an iPhone and then you got an Android?
Yes.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
See, I'm definitely having a better time with the Galaxy because it's more or less like a computer.
I wrote that down here. All right, so I did like a little Venn diagram of Apple and Android, and literally the only things that that really distinguish them are the fact that Apple is user friendly, and Android is literally just more of a computer at your fingertips.
See, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But that's I think that is a negative, really, because there's so much more to do with it. Apple, you have pretty much everything laid out before you in apps, and it's all condensed in a way that you can see it and not get easily confused. Whereas I've had an Android tablet before, and it was so much harder to go through it, and it was so much harder to set things up, and I got really confused with setting up my Google account, and then you had to do this and do that. Not my favorite experience.
It's the same thing, though. You have apps on the Samsung. Like, oh, my iPhone apps are nicer and easier. BS. Because it's the same apps you're downloading, all right?
But let me tell you, so the tablet that I had in particular was a Kindle. Okay? All right, it's an Android tablet nonetheless, but it took me forever to get stuff onto it, especially books. I actually had to download, because I have a Mac, because, we Apple fam here. I had to download a third-party app to store my books and then transfer them on the Android. As opposed to like a regular iPad, all you need to do is just pop in that white wire and it transfers seamlessly.
It's interesting that Zeke has an Android because we record this on a Mac.
On a Mac.
And to my knowledge, he also has an iPad.
Yes, I do. Now,
so
something's wrong here.
Right, there's something wrong, Zeke. Pray for my brother Zeke, y'all. Please pray for him that he finds the light.
Well, listen, just because I know that the Mac for like laptops is
superior.
It's great. Like but that's not the thing. Samsung doesn't have freaking laptops. There's not like a fight against that. So yeah, I have a Mac for like all this stuff for the GarageBand and all this like editing stuff. Because
you can have that stuff on your phone. If you had an Apple,
got him.
You know what, Dempsey? You might be right.
No, I just think like having a Mac is kind of just an extension of having an iPhone, really. So you're kind of shortchanging yourself by not having an iPhone.
Well, honestly, ever since I got the Mac, I feel like I kind of do need an iPhone now.
Wow.
So you think it creates a necessity for more Apple products?
Yes.
Which I do think is a fair point.
Because now, like, if I want to record a video on my phone, which I can, the camera quality is good on freaking Samsung.
Now when you send it to an Apple phone, it's like 3 megapixels.
But I know. I know this.
You ever seen, like, the videos, like, on Snapchat from an Android user?
Oh, my God.
Pure garbage.
All right, calm down, guys.
Garbage.
Right. And every time you guys send me a video, it looks like trash, too.
Well, if you had an iPhone...
We don't have that problem with each other.
Right. When Dempsey and I send videos, it looks phenomenal.
So, yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I actually have to text Dempsey alone sometimes.
Yes.
Wow.
Because we don't do green bubbles.
Yeah.
Wow, what's wrong with green bubbles? Personally, green's my favorite color anyway, so I don't mind it.
Even though green is the color of money on an Apple phone, green is actually the epitome of broke.
Wow, so it seems like if you get an iPhone, you just become some type of elitist? Like,
that's a stretch.
Well, according to Avid.
No.
Well,
I just...
Oh, no, because you're broke. If you don't have it, that's his words.
I mean, if the shoe fit...
So shout out to all
the case fits.
Yeah. Boo.
Boo. Yeah, that was good.
So all my Android guys out there, don't listen to them. We out here surviving, doing things. You already know. Don't listen to these iPhone fools. Even though when I do have the chance to upgrade my phone, I would probably get an iPhone.
Wow.
Just because of the laptop. And of the things I want to do, it's so much easier to, like, the cross communication. Like,
he's like, I don't need an Apple phone, but I do.
I do.
I need it now, though.
But I do respect your honesty. And,
absolutely.
And you're joining the light. You know, this is good. You're joining the right side.
No.
If Jesus had a phone, definitely would be an iPhone. That's biblical. Look that up.
No.
Look that up.
He wouldn't even need a phone.
I'm gonna send you the verse.
He would just say it to your head and you'll hear it.
Nah, but I feel like if Jesus had an iPhone, he would give all his disciples Androids.
Wow.
Nah, just Judas.
Wow. Dang. Yo, I apologize to everyone out there.
I don't even know what that means, but
No, we know what it means.
No, but
No, I'm talking about what I said. I was
No, we heard you.
yeah.
No, but all right. So I'm glad you mentioned the whole Android making your life easier because no.
It's simple.
Because you think it's simple.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to the point where I said that it's a computer at your fingertips.
It really is.
Literally, when I was in college, one of my friends showed me his Android because I'd always known it to be like the glitchier phone. Like in my experience, like before I had an Apple phone, I did have an Android very briefly, but then I saw the backlight.
Amen.
But the one I had was really cheap. It was like one of their earlier versions because all phones, regardless of company, they do get better. But he showed me his, and he was able to actually like download torrents on it.
Yeah, you can.
And it was like a real computer, and the video quality, I'm not gonna lie, was pretty decent. But the way in which he was showing me just seemed too complicated. Once again, that's my opinion. I just didn't like the interface of it.
I would say with the Androids, you do have a flexibility to do much more. I do think the iPhones are limited into what they can do in terms of like customizing your phone as a whole. And I think the Android interface allows you to do just so much more. Like you can change your whole phone. Like with an iPhone, I think you would have to like jailbreak it.
Shout out to jailbreaking
to have those capacities. That's the only thing though, because if you have an Android, like we can't FaceTime. We have to download an app.
We got Skype.
I don't want to download an app.
Yeah.
We got Skype.
I can't send you a voice note. You have to speak on some other kind of app.
WhatsApp.
We can't play those iPhone games that the kids play in the text messages.
iPhone games.
I don't know. There's some kind of thing that you can
There's like
about?
texting games.
Yeah.
What do you know about that?
You wouldn't know that, bro, because you don't have an iPhone.
Exactly. Why do I need to play texting games? Just text me what the heck you want to tell me. Like
No, bro.
we can play basketball and chess and checkers.
What? Bro, all that stuff is like keeping people away from each other. Nah.
Oh,
see?
Bro, you getting on topic.
See, Galaxy, Samsung, they want people to meet in RL. That's real life. Okay. We don't need games. We handle business on this side until I get my iPhone. But
So you want an iPhone though? That's the thing that blows my mind. To me, all right. So you kind of created your case right here. So what you're saying is that the Apple is the long-term phone, and the Android is the short-term phone. That's the phone you have until you get your iPhone.
See, the iPhone only becomes a necessity for me just because of the business that we're in now, and like if I want to, like I was saying before, like communicate my phone and my laptop together, that's the easiest way to do it. And like I see that, like freaking airdropping stuff. That's 1, 2, 3.
I was just about to say
You didn't even know airdrops existed, man.
I didn't. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Good.
Shout out to Dempsey for putting him on.
For my laptop, which is a Mac, that works perfectly. I would need that. Like it's common sense that like I got the Mac, I need the iPhone. So my only preferences are changing just because of the technology around me. Now, if Samsung's developed some freaking cool laptop, they probably won't. And they added that feature, I would stay with freaking Samsung.
Listen, Zeke, we don't need your excuses, okay? You want iPhone, that's it. End the story, end the podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, see you next week, or the week after that.
No.
No, so all right, so you're going into something that I wanted to bring up as well. So like, the thing that I think makes Apple more special and more quality is the fact that they only create iPhones. Like, that is their brand. Yeah. That is, in order to have an iPhone experience, in order to have an Apple or iOS experience, you need to have an iPhone. Whereas Android gives out their software to everybody and their mother.
Yeah,
literally, like they're on Obama phones now. They're on everything. They're on everybody's burner phone has Android software. Okay.
If anything, I'll tell them that's money moves right there, though. Think about it.
But I don't know, like. It kind of the fact that you have an Apple is like it's more exclusive. It makes it a more personable experience, in my opinion. Whereas Android's just like it becomes so common, that it's just seen as like the standard, and everybody's just like, oh, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what you have. I'm in this special little club that has iOS. Ooh, that crashes all the time. Oh, there's a new phone. Wow, everything I own like on the phone is not working. Oh, yeah. See, I don't want to deal with that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's what the cloud is for.
Bro, every time a new phone comes out, suddenly my new phone, after downloading the software, goes like kaputs.
All right, Zeke, I'm gonna give you that. I believe in the Apple track conspiracy. Although we are not a conspiracy podcast,
We are not.
But add us at all your conspiracies, please. We want to hear them.
But no, I do believe when a new iPhone comes out, your phone starts to get glitchy, especially after you had the phone for 2 years.
But they confirmed this. There was like a controversy, right?
They said it like not purposely. I think it kind of slipped.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you guys were doing that. We thought we were crazy. It's like, see, Samsung, you never have to deal with that. All right, your phone, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But it's not because they want you to throw it away and get a new. Wow.
My Kindle doesn't turn on anymore, by the way. I just thought I might throw that tidbit in there.
Should probably charge it, Dempsey.
Androids eventually become a paperweight.
Wow. Dang. So much hate. You know what? Maybe one day you guys should just. I wish we could switch phones, but we can't. But like have an Android like for a day or a week, and then you can see how easy and simpler your life will be.
That's untrue.
Yeah.
Wow.
My life is so much better with an iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
definitely is. We're able to just communicate more seamlessly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, I mean, I
Done with you.
think. All right, so all right.
Talk to me.
Apple is the one and true way, in my opinion, right? But,
I agree.
But they were actually in the news recently because I think they're in the middle of a lawsuit because currently it was made known, or was previously made known, that the cloud, right, that I mentioned before, they're
stealing data?
Apple, no. They might be. We don't know. It's not a conspiracy podcast, but the cloud out there is they've always advertised it as being their own. That they store all of our stuff.
That's nice.
In their database,
yeah.
But it was actually released that it's not. That they're actually using clouds that belong to Amazon, Google, and other third-party users, and that's why they're being sued, because they didn't make that transparent to the company. So while we think our stuff is being stored by Apple, it's actually being shared with all these other companies. So
wow,
that
told you.
That begs the question that, you know, we don't have an Android, but some of our stuff is actually going to Android services.
Interesting.
Right? Isn't that kind of strange?
So
how does that make you feel? How does that make you guys feel?
Well, as an Android user, I feel fine and safe. Man, I'm so happy I don't have that cloud taking all my data and giving it to whoever. Yeah, how do you feel, Avid? Yeah.
I'm not really surprised, because I feel like that happens in almost everything. So, like, for instance, like I used to work for a bank, and the bank didn't manage their own money. They had an account with another bank. They actually had an account with Chase. And, like, they had
the pickup truck, right? The pickup truck comes to get the money?
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, our actual, like the money and income was stored at Chase.
That's funny.
Like, it wasn't at their own bank. Like, I don't know if Chase used another bank, but I know...
Shout out to JP.
J to the P to the Morgan.
Schmorgan.
But don't they have to do that for legal purposes? Because I'm pretty sure that you can't...
Yeah,
I was going to say sell money.
No, you can't. You
can't...
The bank itself can't, like, withhold its
own
money.
You can't manage money and then, distribute the checks. You have to have somebody that's overarching.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, but this whole Apple thing in terms of storing the information in the iCloud, and it's not their own personal service.
Yep.
I'm really not surprised. I think they often outsource things, and we just don't know. You know, that notion, ignorance is bliss.
Don't you feel betrayed?
I don't. Because as much as
I like Amazon and Google.
Yeah, have all my information.
It's not
everybody.
like it's like Snapchat or like some other Joe Schmo company that does some sketchy stuff. Not throwing shade at Snapchat, but I wouldn't feel comfortable if Snapchat was holding my stuff.
Like
it'll disappear.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
and you'll never get it back. No, but if I had to relinquish my iPhone, I would definitely get a Google phone. Like, I would get a Google phone. If I didn't have a Mac, I would get a Google Chromebook.
Wow.
So I would...
So you got plans?
What? No, heck no.
Wait,
Absolutely
He got
not.
plans if he ever gets
saying if
unemployed. Thinking ahead.
Wait. So you would rather get a Google phone?
If I didn't have an iPhone.
What?
What? So what would be your second choice?
After the Android?
After Apple. We already know his second choice.
My second choice right now is, Apple, but I guess I'm going to have to agree with you, but jumping over Android? Straight to Google?
No,
But it's going to have the Android software in
bro.
it.
But that's what Dempsey was saying.
Excuse me, Samsung.
Oh, okay.
I want the Google. I would get the Google phone.
You would get
For
wow.
sure. If I didn't
It looks
have
kind of
phone.
cool.
It looks
looks
cool,
good.
but it's like the third brother, the little kid. Like no one.
That's your flawed opinion that you're entitled to.
Wow. Do you know anybody with a Google phone?
Everybody I know has iPhones
Exactly.
except you.
You gotta be a trendsetter, bro.
Wow.
Everybody in my office has an iPhone.
See how they try to flip it?
Most of the people at my
What's
church
wrong
have
with
an
you?
iPhone. Don't even at us, Android people.
Wow, you know, just at me, guys.
Don't even
All
get in our comments.
Please
At
comment
A to Z _podcast
or email us at a-to-z.pod
at Gmail.
Most important part.
You see?
we
It's
do
a
use
Google
Google.
service. See, Dempsey understands.
Yeah.
No, I'm cool with that, yeah, but not as for a
I
phone.
don't even know why you're giving me this smoke, bro.
Like, you said Google phone over Android? But that's so
Okay,
disrespectful.
bro, Google uses Android.
That's fine, but Samsung is the next one. You don't hear freaking, Apple versus Google phones? No, it's Apple phones versus Samsung.
It's Apple versus
Android.
everybody.
Yeah. Chill. It is.
Man,
It is,
all
bro.
right. But, alright, fine, Android, but it is Samsung.
But Samsung is its top competitor.
Yeah, come
I
on.
do agree with that. But I mean, y'all forgot about the Sidekick. I mean, if something happened to my phone,
wait,
I'm going back
wait.
to the Sidekick.
Chill.
Wait a second. This article says that we're wrong. It says Google's Pixel is winning over plenty of Android users, but iOS users are staying put. So
Wow.
I guess Google phones are not an Android interface. Again, we are the podcast with no authority, so
Yeah.
I have
Or
no
knowledge.
idea.
That throws a wrench in like everything that I thought was true.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they use it for some of their phones, not all of theirs.
Maybe they develop their own software.
So according to an article on BGR, it says, according to the study, the Pixel 3 is a solid enough handset that it's convincing plenty of Samsung, did you hear that, Zeke? Samsung owners to switch over to a device that offers a pure Android experience. It turns out that a little more than half of the buyers of this study classifies as having switched over to the Pixel 3 were former garbage Samsung handset owners.
I'm pretty sure that was in an article.
Yeah, the word garbage. The word garbage was not there, and it says only 18% of buyers switched over to the Pixel who previously owned an iPhone.
Dang, maybe we all should just get Google then. It's picking up steam.
Nah.
Only if you currently have a Samsung should you get a Google.
Yeah.
If you have an
Wow.
iPhone, stay put.
Nah, well, 18% realized, this is trash.
So you talking about an 82% are smart.
Nah.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
I wouldn't
That's
say
what I
That's
heard.
what I heard too, Dempsey.
Yeah, you
That's
guys
what I
need to
heard.
clean your ears, guys. I didn't say anything like that.
I'll get you a Q-tip, Papa.
Thank you. Oh, man, well, I don't think this battle's ever gonna end.
There's no battle.
Wow. This battle's never gonna end.
No, all right. So let me ask you guys this, right? Android software. What I like about it, it used to be cutesy, right? They named all their stuff after candy, right? Kit Kat.
Wait, what?
That's Android's
Yeah.
thing. You know how Apple always says it's Apple iOS 1, 2, 3. Android, how they named their software, it's not like Android OS. It's Kit Kat. Do you know any of the other ones? Their newest one is Q, and I think they're not going to do any candy anymore. It's just going to be, I think it's called Android 10 or Android operating
Really?
system number 10.
Okay.
But I kind of like that. That I will say I admire about Android just because they're kind of fresh in that respect, where they're kind of changing things up a bit.
See, because I agree with you, Dempsey. And it's I feel like now iPhones, even though it's they're supposed to be the creative phone, the creative is this, I feel like they're becoming very systematic.
Yeah, and less creative.
Exactly.
I give you that. That's what I'm saying, because I feel like all their changes, especially in their most recent years, while it is, I still stand by. I think it is the gold standard for phone. I think that they're doing less, or they're finding less for them to do. I think this past year was probably their biggest update in a while, because what they introduced the new Apple TV, Apple Arcade. The new Apple newsstand where you can get subscriptions to books and stuff like that. Like, I remember watching the new update when it came out about a couple months ago. But what were you
know
say?
what else you could get a subscription to? This podcast.
Oh, yeah, on Apple Podcasts.
And, if you have Android, go to Spotify.
So, do you mean Androids don't have their own, podcast app?
I mean, you could download a podcast app if you wanted to.
Could you download Apple Podcasts on an Android phone?
I don't know.
I don't know that either.
I don't know
probably
that either.
Not, because it won't be on the
because
Google
it only
Play.
belongs to Apple.
Right. Shout out to everybody who listens to A to Z on the Apple Podcast, which according to our data is the #1 source that people use to listen to us. So shout out to all of y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Why all y'all freaking got iPhones, man? Well, soon I'm going to have one too, but that's not the point.
Join us, join us, join us, join us.
This pains me so much. But yeah, I'll be there. But maybe I'll even listen on freaking Spotify. That's right. I'll keep listening on Spotify. Defy iTunes.
Do you, boo-boo. Do you.
I will.
Dempsey, I was looking up the code names of Android. I had no idea. So they call them code names, the different...
They're after
release.
candies,
Yeah.
different candies.
So the latest one just released on August 22nd is Android 10. But the previously there were Petite Four, Cupcake, Donut, Eclair, Froyo, Gingerbread, Honeycomb, Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, Kit Kat, Lollipop, Marshmallow, Nougat, Oreo, and Pie. So I thought that was interesting.
No, yeah, that's what
Just
I'm saying.
pie.
I think it is creative, and Apple is... I mean, not to say that they're not doing anything creative with their updates, but I feel like they don't encourage creativity with...
At the workplace.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't work there, but...
You don't?
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah.
I mean, we could be there, they have a studio.
Ooh, we could be an Apple exclusive podcast.
Who's to say we already aren't? We are.
Nah,
We are.
We're streaming everywhere.
Everywhere.
Or Spotify if they want to hit us up. Anyone, really.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm with Zeke on that one.
Please, just hire us.
Hire him first.
Again, send your job, information at a2z.pod@gmail.com.
Questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah, that too.
A lot of concerns.
So many concerns.
I don't know. I feel like this whole thing kind of begs the question of
Beg it.
the name brands, right? Because
Ooh, actually, you say that, Dempsey, and you just triggered something in my head about name brands. I was watching the History Channel, and they just did this big thing on Coca-Cola versus Pepsi.
what about it? No.
Their whole storied.
Yeah, I had heard something in the past about that, or I don't know if I saw it in a documentary or read it, but that Pepsi was actually the really popular one first. Am I wrong?
You are completely wrong.
Really?
Pepsi came out, but it wasn't as good as Coca-Cola because of the cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Isn't that crazy how there was legit cocaine in Coca-Cola back in the day?
It was so in your face that you didn't even know it was there.
Right.
Bro, and fun fact, Coca-Cola is the only company that's able to ship cacao leaf, not cacao. I forgot the actual name of the cocaine leaf, but they get the cocaine leaf shipped to America because they still boil it and use the essence of the leaf into the Coca-Cola.
They still do?
Yeah, they don't put the actual cocaine, but they use the essence of the leaf.
How's that allowed?
Conspiracy.
That's still kind of
Don't drink soda, kids.
Well, no, but think if I don't know if they do this, but
Listen to A to Z. Don't drink soda.
they're shipping. You can just say they literally shipping cocaine to America,
yeah, it's bonkers. That is nuts.
and so this is a conspiracy, but in my mind, that they could, in theory, be selling cocaine on the side, but we're not here for that.
Nothing's confirmed. We're not any authority. But no, it's interesting to think about. But going back to what we said before, it's just crazy that...
Talk to me.
No, I think the way the market is designed, that, the competition between different companies and different brands has to resort to that extreme. Like, what's the difference between Pepsi and Coke? That they have to go that far because they need to maintain their flavor because they want to outdo the competitor.
Yeah.
Like, that goes to the thing. What do you think Apple's doing to stay on top? Because, I mean, undoubtedly Apple's on top. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I'll concede
but what
that.
do you think? What do you think they're doing to maintain that edge? How far do you think they're going to keep that? How far do you think they'll go to keep that?
Bro, these giant companies, man, I don't put anything past them. Like, they would do anything. Like, I don't know if you've heard about Nike. You know, like how
the sweatshops, right?
Yeah.
That's what they used. That's what they say they used to do.
They said they stopped, but we don't know. So, like, think of you paying people like pennies, like literally pennies, to make these sneakers that cost like hundreds of dollars.
That's wild.
Do you remember that guy that came to our high school?
I do.
Yes.
He actually travels around the world, because I bumped into him at a conference a couple years after that. He travels around the world telling his story. For those of you guys who don't know, there was this guy, I don't remember his name, but he came to our high school when we were in high school, and he spoke to us about how he went to what was the country?
Indonesia?
Indonesia, the Philippines. It was an
Something
Asian
like that,
country,
yeah.
and he went and he wanted to see what conditions were like in Nike factories. And was he a part of the whole exposure process of figuring out where or how, just all the whole sweatshop movement, what Nike was really doing so they can maintain their edge, so that they can keep the higher percentage of whatever they were making by underpaying workers. It was crazy.
No, it was nice for a hot minute, and people in our school were like, "Oh, we're not gonna wear Nikes anymore," but that's not even true.
Bro, J's on my feet, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I have Nikes on right now.
Actually, I got Adidas, but yeah.
Yeah, I never went to Payless.
It's
Get the
checks
Shaqs?
over stripes. Oh no, I did have Shaqs as a kid. My dad definitely bought me Shaqs as a kid. Like, I was never into all like the name brands as a child. My dad didn't allow me to get that. Like
I feel you.
Even now, I'll buy clothes from Target, Amazon. I don't care.
My parents either. I mean, clothes are clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I personally, like, my mom used to buy them for me, but I never asked for them.
Yeah.
I never really cared. Like, growing up, like, Jordans? All right, whatever.
So, bro, you don't be Louis down to the socks?
Ooh, no.
With that Supreme
chill.
fanny pack around your neck?
Nah, with the Supreme headband.
No?
Gucci bands. Oh, we don't wear Gucci anymore.
No,
but,
no hype beast life?
Nah, not anymore.
Not anymore?
I don't do that life anymore. That was a good time, though.
He has some independent brand on right now.
Right now, though. You're...
What you know about that? I know all about that.
He does know all about that. But anyways, I was to your point about, like, it was hot for, like, 1 minute. Like, people caring. I feel like that always happens is because, like, as a society, we just see it and then we're like, oh, no, that is bad. But it's like, okay, but I personally can't, like, change that. So we just generally just let it fall to the wayside.
It's called what I call the guilty second, when you feel literally guilty for 1 second and then you move on with your life.
And even what happened a few weeks ago with the forest, the Amazon.
What happened?
That it's burning at an alarming rate.
The Amazon is burning?
Was burning, is burning.
And I'm just wondering, okay, is this going to return to the media, or is it just going to be another hot second? And it's the popular thing that people want to talk about.
It was so hot, I freaking missed it. Like,
that's crazy. I'm surprised you didn't hear about that.
Nah, that's pretty much. It wasn't a big thing at all. But then a bunch of people started saying, "How are they talking about Trump and this and that? But they're not talking about the Amazon, which is like the biggest forest in the world." Like, it's pretty big deal.
Priorities are definitely distorted.
Yeah, but that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Just the Amazon is on.
I'm surprised you didn't hear about it, man.
Nah.
That's wild.
Sheesh. Oscar Wilde. So, dang, man, that's what happened in the world? Freaking trees are going down? Like, do we not care anymore about, like, our planet? Because it seems like...
We love the earth.
No, we don't.
It is our planet.
Well, Diggy,
No, it's not. Obviously, we don't care.
No, but you know why we don't care? Because of this thing right here.
See, I was thinking that, too. Like, the phone, like, we can easily post that on Instagram, Twitter, and, like, it'll get that hot buzz again, and then it's just, poof! Gone. No one cares. It's just in our history. what are we gonna do? Like, no one tries to like do consistent change like on a daily basis. Like, if we did that, maybe we can all start to actually care more. Because like, if like the Earth, like if it, like, let's say there's no more trees, how the hell are we gonna breathe, guys? Like, what? We're gonna like buy oxygen tanks and walk around with that?
I wouldn't put it past the government to do that.
Yo, this is nuts. Like, please, people care. People care.
Please, sir.
Like,
Please send all your care to A to Z .pod@gmail.com.
please.
No donation is too small.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I try to recycle as much as I can. Like, maybe I'm not the perfect person. Like, yeah,
You're not.
I know I'm not. But
Said it so casually.
it's like every little bit helps, you know. And I feel like not everyone is putting in that little bit of effort. And we need to change that, guys. We need to change that.
We need to change the world's brand to a caring brand.
That actually works really nicely, Avid. I agree. I think that in general, I mean, when you break it down, brands are just ways of thinking.
Yeah, it's so interesting how a simple black T-shirt, but it's a, I don't know, a Michael's Kors shirt or something like that. So it's so much more expensive because it has a tiny little logo on it, which is crazy. Like,
Well, you're not really buying the shirt though. That's the
yeah,
thing.
you're paying for the brand.
The name.
Exactly.
Yo,
It's like a status thing, honestly.
Like-
can we talk about Kanye West for a second? How he
I was
sells
going to talk about brands, but okay.
Well, we can talk
he
about-
sells clothes with
Oh,
holes in
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
With holes in
That's
them.
wild. Yeah,
And your people pay for that.
yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But that's his brand. That's
I
that
don't
Bob.
understand.
Look,
Checks
I mean-
over stripes.
Listen, I can see it. I see the style. I see the fashion
Homelessness.
of it.
Whoa.
Homeless chic. But it's
That'll be Zeke soon if he doesn't get a
Homeless
job.
Zeke.
Yo, write that down. Write that down.
You ready? I got some shirts with holes in it. If y'all want to buy it, just email me at a2z.pod@gmail.com.
Yours?
So, but nah, like, I see why people could have potentially buy it, but like they're not using their common sense at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's a giant oversized T-shirt
With holes.
with holes, and it's like an army fatigue style too, with the
Buggy.
boots and everything. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
He doesn't even know what he's doing, but I feel like it's a separate topic.
That is
that's
absolutely
a
a separate
separate
topic.
Kanye, that's
Yeah.
another day.
So I want to jump back to brands.
Brands.
You know what brands I think are dope? I don't care what y'all say. Some Kirkland from Costco, fire brand. Okay,
It's mad cheap.
because it's affordable. It's literally the same thing.
Bundled.
Listen,
Yeah.
everything is like literally the same thing. Like, think about buying Advil and buying quote unquote ibuprofen.
It says
Yeah.
check the ingredients. It's the same
It's
stuff.
I have actually taken the name brand and the generic store brand. It's literally the same ingredients,
thing.
like ingredient to ingredient down to the T.
It's the inactive ingredients that really separate them. But like, if they're inactive, it doesn't really matter. But that's what really is the difference.
You know, I want to jump back on what you guys were saying. What you said specifically, Avid, about the Kirkland water, right?
Can you say it avidly?
I said it avidly.
So I used to know somebody who worked at Aldi. You guys know Aldi, the
store?
the supermarket.
Oh.
Please explain.
Aldi's.
Aldo's is a supermarket. Wait.
That's a
no,
shoe store.
I'm pretty
Shoe
sure.
store. Yeah, I'm messing this up.
Anyways, the supermarket, right?
Uh-huh.
And they said that they know that the water that they sell there
Yeah.
is literally the same bottled water as like Aquafina or Dasani. It comes from the same bottling plant. They just slap a different label on it, and we don't know when, but we pay a different price for it. Isn't that crazy?
Well, those waters, I believe, are cured by reverse osmosis. It doesn't claim to come from like a spring, like Poland Spring, and
The heck, it's
know,
reverse
Evian.
osmosis.
it's pure.
I know what osmosis is.
okay.
But I'm just saying, like,
Hit him with that knowledge.
I
Alex.
thought I was gonna hit you with knowledge.
no, but yeah, hit me.
I mean, it's just, I believe the water is just like boiled and it's like steamed down and it's like it drips down into the bottle and it's just like, it's a cleaner water than getting it from the faucet or faucet, as I like to say.
Science.
But we're not even supposed to drink bottled water. That's another conversation
Oh,
for
wow.
another
Are you talking
day.
about the plastic?
Just because I mean we have clean drinking water. I mean, we're not like in a place where there's high polluted
Yeah,
water.
we have the clean.
Our culture
water.
is just bougie to the point where we like bottled water. We want that spring water.
Do you want Evian or sparkling?
Because it's a brand.
Listen
It's
to me.
crazy.
Ooh.
Have you drink out of your faucet right now, Dempsey?
I have a filter, and I do drink out of my faucet
see,
sometimes.
Well, see, there you have a filter though. Like,
But sometimes when my filter's empty, I drink from the thing.
I have to admit though, Zeke, the bottled water, depending what brand,
It's
does
not a
taste-
necessity.
It's not a necessity, but it definitely tastes smoother. Like Poland Spring tastes smoother than the faucet water.
and there's like a specific taste to like faucet water. You know, faucet water, no matter where you go, it has this taste.
Tastes like the faucet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Tastes like the faucet. Yeah.
And it's like, who knows how good that is for your body?
But I mean, we need fluoride. I mean, right? That's
okay.
especially in New York.
Careful.
It's out of I don't know. We're not a conspiracy podcast.
Right,
we can't get in. We can't get into
fluoride now.
Yeah, no.
All right, I don't think.
Stop it.
All right.
I don't
Stop
think we
it.
got time for that.
All right.
Anyway, I also dig Target brands. Okay, I buy like Target brand soap. It'd be right next to Dove and whatnot. The same shape bottle,
Up and Up,
same
right?
color. Up and Up, yeah. That's what it's called. Up and Up mouthwash. Like it's like compared to Listerine.
Yeah, literally.
And it's the same stuff.
I never noticed that until I think when I was going to college and I used to buy like the mouthwash or whatever. And
Back
one time,
when he was like Zeke and broke
back,
in his job.
back in the day, right? The Listerine was like, I kid you not, Listerine was like $6 for the bottle, and I'm like, nah. And then the regular Walmart brand
$4?
was like $2, and it's like
that's
compare ingredients. And I looked, and it's literally the same thing. And that changed my moment, changed my life. It shaped me into the man I am today.
You know, I was
Now
thinking
he got
about that.
money.
All right. Yeah, everything we're saying is true. I also agree to that too. Like how like the lesser brand is the same thing essentially.
Yeah, it's the same.
But I think with the brand names, it's also you buying like you trust in them because like they already
Right.
built up their name. You already know what you're gonna get.
Okay.
So like it has this sense of like, oh well, this is something that's well known, kind of popular.
Okay.
I could put my trust in it. Whereas if I find something on the side, I'm more or less likely to try it.
I can definitely understand that. In terms of toilet paper, I buy brand name toilet paper.
Oh, you bougie.
Yeah, I'm bougie.
What you mean?
That
Nah.
two-ply?
I get that Dollar Tree toilet paper, man.
Oh, no.
What you mean?
That
For
one-
like $10, you get 40 rolls.
That one ply?
That one ply.
You're
Dollar Tree usually has
Wash
stuff
your
that's
hands.
expired. There's something wrong with that.
Toilet paper doesn't expire, man.
Well, the one you use might.
Anyway.
Yeah, but they're just, I think, even though I'm not like into brand names, like there's certain things, like I'm never,
Yeah, you
like if
got
I
it.
wanted like Oreos, I'm not gonna buy off-brand Oreos. Like I'm going to buy Oreos.
Exactly.
All right, I agree.
There's some things I am gonna buy.
I agree.
brand
Going back to
for.
Aldi, my wife goes to Aldi. Shout out to Lisa. She goes all the time, and then she thought it'd be like at first, because when you first go, you kind of excited because of all the cheap prices. But then you buy some of their off-brand stuff, like they have off-brand Doritos, bro. Don't do it.
Nah.
Don't do it. They are definitely not Doritos. Okay, I spit it out the minute I had it. It's just honestly, you pay. Sometimes it's worth it to pay for the brand.
Yeah.
See?
Just because you know you're going to get the quality. That's why you get
I
Apple.
was just going to say that. Sometimes it's worth paying for the quality, but
See, that's what I just said it, and he did. He fell for
Yeah.
but sometimes the
Sometimes.
quality is the same.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
That is true.
it's the same.
You willing to like take that gamble though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's worked so far.
Yeah, well, Dempsey didn't die yet.
Yeah, nah, except his Doritos, apparently.
So basically, don't take a chance on food, more or less.
Yeah.
More with food.
I think,
Yeah.
because you're putting that in your body.
Yeah.
When it comes to
Interesting. What about things you put on your body?
clothes, I think as long as it keeps you warm and it doesn't make you stink, why not, right?
Well, I don't like to be itchy.
Same. I don't want to be itchy either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be itchy.
Yeah.
So those three things you
And in
want to
terms of like socks, you don't want to buy you want to buy good socks. You don't want to have sweaty feet. Yuck.
What you mean?
Yeah. I never had problems with
No,
socks.
depending if you buy polyester or cotton.
I don't pay attention to that.
No, my
If it
socks-
keeps my feet warm,
Yeah.
they're going on my feet.
Like I know I buy winter socks sometimes. 'Cause they
Yeah,
feel
sometimes you got to
thicker.
get the extra wool.
Yeah.
What you mean?
I
Dollar
need socks.
Tree. Come on, man.
Dempsey's whole wardrobe some Dollar Tree
And
and his
Aldi.
son rocking Dollar Tree and Aldi. What's your two favorite stores? Dollar Tree, Aldi. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I love me some Dollar Tree.
Yo, Dollar Tree was
Dollar Tree,
bro. Remember high school?
I was just about to mention that. So before it was Dollar Tree, it was deals, and then I guess
some locations were deals.
Yeah. So now there's no such thing as deals. All the previous deals
are
now
Dollar
Tree. Man, I used to buy like a whole meal. I used to buy 40-ounce Arizona for $1.
Oh, that big ass.
Yes.
I used to get 2.
God.
I used to buy Arizona. I used to buy some like frozen food and then go at our volunteer site and I would eat my frozen food and my big giant Arizona and probably pay $3.27 with tax.
Get that sweet tea, 40 ounce.
Oh man,
walking with the 40.
I remember you guys used to walk around with those jugs of Arizona for days.
Yeah.
That's where you got it from? Damn.
Drink that in one day, bro.
Not both, multiple days.
Multiple days.
Put it in your locker, finish it tomorrow.
One a day keeps the doctor away.
That was good. Good times, man.
Yeah. Back when I wasn't watching what I put into my body.
Jesus.
That's a whole other topic.
So to recap, I think you said it best, Zeke, that maybe the brands are worth the gamble sometimes. Probably not you should probably pay a lot more attention to what you put in your body, less attention to what you put on your body.
Exactly.
But I think we all agree that, when it comes to phone, Apple is on top.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind.
Samsung guys, we tried our best. All right, but we know who the real winners are.
Even though you're going to get an iPhone soon. So, Ja, I don't want to hear you.
Well, until I get the phone, I gotta rock with my team.
Trash.
Anyways.
Well, I think Avid just said it, and I'll rehash again, right? Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
All right. So, okay, I guess we're going to end it on that note. So, I'm Zeke.
I'm Dempsey.
I'm Avid. And if you have any questions that you want to ask us, perhaps that'll be the next topic that we discuss. You can shoot us an email at adz.pod@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram or Twitter at A_podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to rate, share, like, subscribe. We're streaming on all platforms.
All of them.
Enjoy your day, guys.